What's up YouTube? Audio Olympian here, bringing the sound and video to you today. Coming to you from the battleground of the Coliseum. And today's video we're going to be talking about portable DACs, specifically headphone DACs. So if this is your first time visiting our channel, we want to welcome you. Thanks for stopping by. We'd appreciate it if you joined us again, so if you consider subscribing and then hitting that bell notification, that'll let you know when we kick another video out to the tube, and give us a thumbs up if you like the video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about probably the most common portable DACs that I see out on the used market over and over, more like eBay. And that is going to be the Emotiva Big Eagle, the Dragonfly Red, Audioquest Dragonfly Red, and I just got this in here, which is the Audioquest Dragonfly Cobalt. So we're going to be talking about these, the differences between them, and how each one pairs up or measures up to each other. So let's get into the video. Here we have everything kind of laid out. But what I'm just kind of going to talk about here is the differences of sound that I heard. Let's go over the price here. Obviously, the first thing you're going to notice is the size difference, right? The Big Eagle on the left here, considerably bigger than your other portable ones. Price for this one when it initially came out, and I just looked on Emotiva's website. I don't think they're even selling the Big Eagle or the Little Eagle anymore. At least I couldn't find it. And I think the price of it retailed for $219 when it came out. And I'm not sure how many years ago. Maybe 4 or 5 years ago, somewhere around there. And 2018, the Dragonfly Red came out. That was priced at $199. And then just last year, 2020, Dragonfly Cobalt came out. And that one is still, I mean, those are still available on Audioquest website. And that one is priced at $299. And then you get some little accessories here, little carrying pouch case. This is the same one that you get for both Dragonfly, so I only got one of them out there. And then some other adapters and stuff that you may need depending on which device you're hooking it up to. But for the Big Eagle, you are definitely going to need a USB cable, which I got right over here. I got this one from Monoprice. If you can see that a little bit there. I believe this was only like $7 or $8, but it's a nice heavy duty one, and it does work really, really well, so I like using that. So I'm getting into some specifics on what would you use each one for. The Big Eagle is going to be more specifically for laptops because you need a USB power to power it up. Now, even though I could have an adapter like that one right there, which is a USB adapter for my tablet or my iPhone, that is still not going to give it enough power to power this up. And then you also are going to need, and it's got instructions in there with it, so it's very, very easy, user-friendly to hook up and use as your main source of sound, or like a sound card, external sound card kind of, on your laptop. It shows you and tells you all the directions on how to hook it up to your laptop. So for MacBooks, you have to go into your settings and select that as your main source of sound. Being that you can't do that on a phone or a tablet, it'll power up maybe on your phone or a tablet, but you don't have the setting app, I guess, to be able to select it as your main source of sound. So then that's where these would come in, your Dragonflies. And my favorite one was the Red. I did like my Red more than my Big Eagle. Big Eagle did sound better, but I liked the portability of this one, if that's a word. I like being able to just carry it around with me all the time. I use it in my car, sometimes every now and then on my headphones with my phone. And I just liked it that it was small and little. I could fit it into my pocket or in a case somewhere, in my book bag, anything like that. And I could carry it around with me, and it took very little damage, you know, even though I didn't even have it in its case all the time. And there's a top that comes on there that covers the USB port right there. I hardly ever have that on. I just leave it kind of plugged into my car. And it does dramatically change the sound of my car. It smooths it out, gives it better rich tones. It just filters really nice through it. I just got this cobalt in, so I was talking about, or I was listening to this one here recently. And when I tried these on my system over here, my big system, there was actually very little difference in sound. In fact, when I plugged in my cobalt, it dropped my volume extremely, extremely low compared to the other two. So I was kind of initially unimpressed with it and a little disappointed at first, because I thought, wow, this one is supposed to be better, and it just dropped my sound and the volume down way, way low. So I wasn't too excited about that. Later on that evening, I decided, let me hook them up and use headphones with them to see what the big difference is, to see if I notice a difference in the headphone sound. What a difference it made on headphones. Man, I couldn't believe it. This is why these are portable headphone DACs. It was dramatically different, night and day difference with all three of them. I haven't listened even to my red Dragonfly on a headphone in quite some time. Some of the differences. This one was nice. Dragonfly Red was very good, nice, very lively. Gave me a little bit like a concert style sound. Big Ego, smooth, and I like that this one actually has different filter settings on it. I can change that. This gives me the ability to have kind of a live music sound, then a studio sound, and then like a music room sound. And it changes back and forth depending on my source and what music I'm playing. But it does smooth it out. It's not very bassy. Doesn't give me much punch, but it does help smooth out all my tones and gives it more of a rich full body sound. Then when I did get to the Cobalt Blue, or the Dragonfly Cobalt here with headphones on, that is the champion. And I was very, very impressed with that. The Big Ego is definitely louder than the Dragonfly Red. So I did get more volume sound out of it. I didn't have to turn my volume up on my sources very much to get the same type of feel for the music. Blue is very, very close and a little bit punchier than the Big Ego. So the overall sound that the Blue gets, it does heighten the highs, and it gives you actually a mid-tone, where the other two I feel didn't give me much of a mid-tone, not like that mid-bass speaker. So to give you an idea, these two were more like two-way speakers where you have a woofer and a tweeter. The Cobalt was more like a three-way speaker where you had a tweeter, a mid-range, and then a woofer. And then the difference between the Big Ego and the Dragonfly Red is Big Ego, let's say, is like a 6-inch cone with a 1-inch dome tweeter. And then the Dragonfly Red is like a 4.5-inch woofer with a 1-inch dome tweeter. Whereas this one is probably like a 4.5-inch mid-range, a 5.5-inch woofer with that 1-inch dome tweeter. So it gives you just a more rich, deeper sound. And I wasn't expecting that because, again, when I hooked it up to my main system, it was not very appealing at all. I was not impressed with it until I used it with headphones. So there you have it, you guys. Emotiva Big Ego, Audioquest Dragonfly Red, Audioquest Cobalt. And for my money, now for the money, I guess like to answer this one, for the money, I guess it depends on what you really are, what your goal is with doing, or your purpose is with doing it. Now this one is $2.99 if you buy it retail for the Cobalt, Dragonfly Cobalt. I got mine used. I believe it was for a little over $200. Big Ego, again, is not in production anymore with Emotiva, but you can still find them sometimes, the Big Ego and the Little Ego, on like eBay. People selling them quite used. I think I got a really killer deal on this one if I'm trying to remember. These sell for well over 100, 120, 150, some 180, somewhere around there. I believe I got mine for about $100. That was with shipping. Just caught a really good deal. Somebody was selling it and it was in great condition. So I picked that up. So you could still find one. I guess for the money, Big Ego would be the way to go because you can get those extremely inexpensive now compared to the retail price, whereas both of these you're still going to spend at least half of retail, if not maybe more, depending on the condition they're in. But these are more portable, more versatile. Like I said, I can use it with my laptop and I can use it with my phone and my tablet. And it is going to enhance that sound and make it sound really great. Whereas the Big Eagle, I'm only going to be able to use that with a laptop because I need a little bit more power to make that one work. So again, it just depends on what you're going to use it for. But for me, I guess the champion, like I said, is going to be the Cobalt. It gives me that Big Eagle sound, which is actually a little bit better sound than the Big Eagle itself, but it gives me the portability of my Dragonfly Red. So there we have it right there, you guys. Battle out of the portable DACs. Any questions, any comments, go ahead and feel free to drop those down. I'll respond to them as quickly as I can. And I will see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching.